Dr. Julie Tran, ND, LAC, is a native of San Jose, California. She earned a BA in psychology from the University of Redlands in California. During her undergraduate studies, she interned at Loma Linda Behavioral Medical Center as a behavioral health specialist. Inspired by the idea that there is more to healing than just changing brain chemistry, Dr. Tran decided to pursue a career in naturopathic medicine as an avenue to explore whole person healing. Today, she'll be giving 4 tips to become the CEO of your health and your life. Put your hands together for Dr. Julie Tran.
So we're going to shift a little bit. So far, all the ladies, all the wonderful boss up ladies who came before me talking about your business, I want to give you health tips for the most valuable asset that you have, which is you, right? And your health, right? We're talking about how to keep our businesses healthy, but I want to talk about how you keep yourself healthy so that you can earn the 8, 9 figures or whatever it is that you want. Billionaire, trillionaire, gazillionaire, whatever it is, we're going to get you there, okay? So I am going to share the 4 tips to being the CEO of your health and of your life. Tip number 1, interview your doctors. Who do you want to be on your healthcare team, right? But in order to interview your doctors, like Ms. Cara said, what is it that you want? What is it that you want from a doctor? Have you actually thought about that? What is it that you want to feel when you walk into the doctor's office? Do you want to feel warm and inviting? Warm colors on the wall? Everyone knows your name? The staff knows your name? They kind of know where you are, who you are, and why you're there? Or do you want something that's very stark, very clinical, very cold? No one knows who you are. They're like, who are you? Why are you here? Do you want that? What is it that you want? Then you go and you interview your doctors, right? Ask them, are they in line with what you believe your healthcare should be? Is it disease care? Is it preventative care? Or is it being on your healthcare team to promote optimal health and optimal function? What is that? And how are you going to get to that doctor? First, most of us are going to go through our insurance, right? We're going to see who's in network and go from there. But how are you going to do that? Look at health grades, look at all the doctors' websites for ratings, see how are they rated. Ask them, ask your neighbors, hey, what doctor do you see? What gynecologist do you see? What cardiologist do you see? Who is it that is on your healthcare team? Number 2. Be prepared. Once you get that office visit, why are you there? What do you want to be there, right? What do you want to get out of the visit? What is the goal of that visit? Have you ever heard of the doorknob theory? You're in the visit with the doctor. You've had this 20-minute visit, right? The doctor's about to leave, open the door, and you go, oh wait, Dr. Tran, I still have that question for you. I forgot. The real reason why I'm here is I have this weird oozing mole on my shoulder. Can you take a look at that? Okay, well, most doctors don't have the time for that, so they're gonna have to tell you to reschedule. Do you wanna really reschedule, right? So if you're prepared for that visit and you know, okay, I have a checklist, I wanna ask these questions, concise, ready, you get your goal, right? The third one, why do you want to be there? What are you getting out of that doctor, that visit? Why? What's the purpose? Do your research. If you think, get a second opinion, right? You go to one doctor, they say, oh, it might be cancer. Let's just say it, right? It might be cancer. Are you really gonna take their opinion and just say, oh, it's gonna be cancer? Or do you want a second opinion? Who wants a third opinion? Who wants a 5th opinion, right? Do your research, do all of that stuff, right? Because doctors are human. Little secret, we're human. We make mistakes, right? We wanna make sure that you're getting the best possible expert advice as much as it's your health, right? That's the most valuable thing you have is you. So you have to take care of you. Number 4, right, and I'm gonna go circle back to all of this, but number 4, your health record. Who has a binder of all their health records? All their notes, every lab result, every test that they've ever done? Okay, so 80% of the information in your health record is what a doctor uses to make their diagnosis and treatment plan. You've got to make sure you have a copy of everything and make it accurate. Story, one of my best friends, her doctor, she went to the doctor's office. They said, oh, well, you're a heart patient. You're at risk for all this stuff. You've had 3 heart attacks. She's like, what are you talking about? I've never had a heart attack. I have low blood pressure. My heart's great. She looked at her medical record. They had that she was African American and that she had 3 heart attacks. My best friend is Caucasian and she has kidney disease, but she doesn't have a heart attack. So make sure your medical record is correct, number 1. Number 2, how many of us can say that we lived in the same place all of our lives? Right? We haven't moved, same place. How many of us can say that we've seen the same doctor for all of our lives, from basically cradle to grave? Right? So all of our medical information is out there in different offices, right? But who's gonna manage all of that, right? You have your primary care doctor, but you also have, let's say, a cardiologist, or you have your gynecologist. Are they talking to each other? Do they know what prescription you're already on? Do they know that if they prescribe this one thing and your gynecologist prescribes another thing and they interact, you're gonna have a problem? Right? You have to keep your record, and you have to know what the record says. You can't just get a copy and have it in a binder. You have to actually fact check it, make sure that you're an Asian female, you're 43 years old, you had this health history, right? Otherwise, they're gonna give you the wrong medication. My grandmother was in the hospital. She refused to take this medication. The nurse was so upset with her, right? But my grandmother doesn't speak English. So when my cousin came in, the nurse was like, yeah, your grandmother didn't want to take this medication. She needs to take it, and she's just being stubborn about it. So my cousin goes, well, Grandma, why don't you want to take this medication? She's like, because I don't recognize it. And she couldn't tell me what it was for. I'm not going to take it, right? So my cousin was like, all right. She asked the nurse, what is this medication for? Oh, it's to treat her cancer. My grandmother didn't have cancer. Right. She had kidney disease. Right? You have to be very specific about it, right? You have to be as meticulous as possible in your medical record in doing all this stuff, right? So tip number 1 was research your doctors, right? Find the doctor that you want, see who and interview them. Number 2 is be as concise as possible in your visit, because what is the goal of the visit? What questions do you want to have answered, right? Ask for that second opinion or that third opinion. How many of you are familiar with the fat phobic doctors? Any out there? The bias that doctors have against larger people, right? That all your health problems is because you're overweight. Oh, you have a cold, it's because you're overweight. Just lose weight, you'll be fine. Right? Oh, you have back pain. Oh, it's because you have too much weight. So if you lose weight, the back pain will go away, right? Can't do that, right? Because my friend who is been overweight her whole entire life, right? Never had back pain until she was moving heavy boxes one day. Went to the doctor just kept saying, oh, no, you don't need anything. It's just because, so she did it. She's like, well, that doesn't seem right. I've been fat all my life and I've never had back pain. But I did move a couple of weeks ago, or like a couple of days ago, and now I have this back pain. I think it's actually acute back strain. She finally got the treatment that she needed, right? So what we want to do is make sure you're asking the right questions. And it's okay to have a second opinion. You'd be like, okay. And like Cara said, she fired her bosses. Feel free to fire your doctor. It's okay. I give you permission to fire any of your doctors. If they're not with you, cut them from your life, right? If they're with you, great. Right? That's what you want to do. I didn't tell you why I'm so passionate about this. I am passionate about this is because growing up, right, I didn't have doctors who empowered me, right? I had doctors, like, it was in my culture, doctor was God, right? Whatever the doctor said, you just did, because they knew better. They know more, right? They had more schooling, they had more education. They just know, right? They're just better. But the other part of it was, I am not the typical Asian female, right? Most stereotypically more petite, right? They're slender. So for me, right, every time I came home from college, my mom was like, don't you want to lose weight? Seem a little fat. Okay. My cousin actually told me to be successful, I needed to be thin, right? That moment, right? This is why I say you have to speak up, right? And be the CEO of your health, right? I was so sad, angry, and very, very spiteful. So I was like, screw you, in my head, right? I didn't say it out loud. Screw you, right? I'm gonna be successful no matter what, right? And here I am standing before you, right? Doing all this stuff, right? I want everyone to be empowered, right? Because here's the thing. You are the CEO of your businesses. You are also the CEOs of your life, right? You have to. Being on your healthcare team is an honor and a privilege. You want to interview for that, right? You interview your employees for your positions at your company. Why? Because they're going to add value to your company. They're going to get you to that gazillion dollars. They can get you to that $1 billion. Why not for your healthcare? Why would you not do that? Okay, I leave you with one final thought. Some of you have already heard this. On the black market, if we were to harvest all your organs, every vital fluid, bodily fluid, you would be worth $45 million, right? If you're worth $45 million, don't you think the person on your healthcare team, the providers on your healthcare team should be with you and able to protect that $45 million? Yes. So why would you just take the word of any doctor who goes there or just listen to anybody? Research. Be very, very particular about who gets to be on your team, who gets to be in your room, right? Because you are worth $45 million, all right? Remember that. Got it? All right. That's it. That's all I have for you.